Today we are going to add and subtract rational expressions. Rational is another nice way to say fractions. Okay, and when we add or subtract fractions, you need to first get a common denominator. Once you find a common denominator, you add or subtract the expressions, and then you simplify as your last step. The first problem we have is 2x over 5 plus 7x over 15. The common denominator between 5 and 15 is 15. Now, in order to get to 15, I know that I need to multiply 5 by 3. But whatever I do to one, I have to do to the other, so I got to do that in the numerator as well. 3 times 2x is 6x. 5 times 3 is 15. The other one is already a 15, so I'm not going to touch that fraction. I'm just going to rewrite it. Now that your denominators are the same, you can add them. 6x plus 7x is 13x over 15. And that is your final answer there. And the next piece, the common denominator between 9x and 5x is going to be 45x. So this first one, you need to multiply by 5. This one still needs 9. 5 times 4 is 20 over 45x minus 12 times 9 is 918, 108, I believe, over 45x. Then we have to subtract, so since I have a common denominator, I'll just rewrite that denominator as 45x. 20 minus 108 is negative 88. And I do not believe anything goes into negative 88 or 45, so this would be my final answer here. If I could reduce, I would. Next piece, common denominator between 4 and 12 is a 12. So the first one I need to multiply by 3. When I multiply by 3, I got to remember to distribute into both the x and the 2, so it'll become 3x plus 6 over 12. Plus, the second one is already common, so I'm not going to change it. I'm just going to rewrite it. Combine some like terms. I have an x squared. 3x and x is 4x. And then positive 6 all over 12. And that's it there. The next one I have starts getting a little bit more difficult. We have 3 left to do. The common denominator between x minus 3 and x plus 4. You can't say it's x minus 3. You can't say it's x plus 4. And a lot of people will want to say it's just x, because that's what they both have. It's actually going to be x minus 3 times x plus 4. So you look to see the first one is missing an x plus 4. So let's multiply it by an x plus 4. The second one needs an x minus 3. So I'm going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by x minus 3. X plus 4 times 1 is x plus 4 over the denominator. Minus, now I have 13 times x plus minus 3. I will use parentheses here because I do have that minus in between. 13 times x is 13x. 13 times negative 3 is negative 39 over my new denominator. Once you have a common denominator, you subtract your numerators. X minus 13x is going to be negative 12x. 4 minus negative 39, remember that's like adding, so 4 plus 39 is going to be 43 over my denominator. And that's your final answer there. Moving on, this problem is very similar to the one we just completed. The common denominator is going to be x minus 9 times x plus 6. So the first one needs an x plus 6. The second one needs an x minus 9. X plus 6 times x plus 6, that's a FOIL problem. You will get x squared plus 12x plus 36 over the denominator. And x minus 9 times x minus 9 is also a FOIL problem. X times x is my x squared. Minus 9x times another negative 9x is going to be negative 18x. Negative 9 times negative 9 is positive 81 over my denominator. Since the denominators are the same, I can combine like terms in that numerator, which will give me x squared plus x squared is 2x squared. 12x plus negative 18x is negative 6x. 36 plus 81 is 7, 8, 9, 10, 117 over my denominator. And that's my final answer there. Okay, we have one more left that I want to do. X squared plus 4x plus 3 and x plus 1. Now, you might be tempted to say, okay, the common denominator is x plus 1 times x squared plus 4x plus 3. It is not wrong to do that, but it's going to be a lot more work. What I recommend doing is first factoring that denominator. X squared plus 4x plus 3 is really x plus 3x plus 1. Now notice, you have an x plus 1 in both of them. Your common denominator will be x plus 3 times x plus 1. Now the first one has it all, so you're just going to rewrite that whole thing. You have your x plus 3 over x plus 3 times x plus 1. Now your second one is missing an x plus 3, so let's multiply it by x plus 3, both numerator and denominator. It's a minus in between, so I will use parentheses here. X squared is FOIL. X squared times x is x cubed. X squared times 3 is 3x squared. And then we have 2 times x is 2x. And 2 times 3 is 6. All over my denominator. Now that my denominators are the same, I can combine my numerators. Highest power to lowest power. My highest power is cubed, but I have a minus x cubed, so it'll be negative x cubed. My next highest is squared, and again it's going to be a negative 3x squared. Then I have 2x and x is a 3x. Sorry, that is my mistake there, because it's subtraction in between. So it's x minus 2x is negative x. And then 3 minus 6 is negative 3 over x plus 3 times x plus 1. And that's going to be our final answer there. And we will work on other problems tomorrow in class.